Hello everyone, this is Jack from the Hub, and we're going to be doing a rewind trailer for Dishonored 2. So right off the bat we can see a couple different things. We can see the power lines in the background coming from the mountain into the city, which is producing power. Also producing power is the windmills in the little outlet there, probably also helping to produce power for the city.
Again. Someone's pulled the rug out from under you. An empire at your feet, and you've...
So here we get a first glimpse at the robots of the game. This is something completely new from the first game. We're not particularly sure what they're doing in the game quite yet, but we will later in the trailer.
Lost it all. Be honest. Did you...
So here we get a glimpse at the new City Watch. Slightly different from Dunwall's blue to white. Is something to note though.
really deserve any of...
So here we've got several different things. We've got in the upper left hand corner, the crowned killer is watching, which could mean several different things. It could mean Corvo, which in the first game, if you recall, he was the suspected crown killer of the Empress, as well as in the center it says death to the Duke, which is probably a story-driven graffiti referring to the antagonist in the game.
More important, what would you do to get it back? Careful. There's always a price to pay. What you decide will ripple across the years.
So here we've got a look at the new plague in the game. This is slightly different from the first game, whereas in the first game it was creating weepers, and in this game it seems to be creating a new creature that we will see here in a few seconds.
Blood in the gutters.
So this is the new creature I was talking about before. It seems to be flying in swarms, just like the rats of the first game, and it seems that it will attack players as well.
Corruption on the wing. It'll be fun watching this unfold. What will you do with the power I've given you?
So it does seem that this new game will be significantly brighter than the first game. In a E3 2015 press conference, Todd Howard, the creator of Fallout 4, has announced that Fallout 4 will be significantly brighter than Fallout 3. It seems that this will be the case for Dishonored 1 to Dishonored 2 as well.
How will you make your mark?
So there are a couple things to note in this specific image. One, it's highly wooded, which means it's out of the city, which is something that we have never seen before. We've never been out of Dunwall, as well as you can see the power lines coming into it from the right, which also means that it's powered. So right here we can see a couple different things. One, we can see it's kind of hard to note, but to the left of this man, you can see a oil tank, which is a big part of Dunwall, and I'm kind of curious to see how that is going to be used in this game, as electricity is taking over as it seems. And you can see over top of him, you can see the paintings that were collectible in the first game. So it is a note that paintings will be collectible again in the second game. So level changing, something that we've never seen before in a Bethesda game, let alone a Dishonored game. It will create some longevity enhancement as well as new and dynamic levels for the series. An oldie but a goodie, the crossbow. It seems to have a couple new attachments, but it seems to be fairly straightforward from what it was in the first game. So here we see a new power that we saw a little bit earlier in the trailer. It seems to be very similar to Corvo's Blink, but it seems to have a grappling function that our protagonist is using. So right here we can see what the robots are actually doing. They seem to be protecting the enemies of the game. They also seem to all be sword equipped.
You cover your face, but I know who you are.
So right here we can see the first image of our protagonist, which is Emily. If you remember from the first game, she was the little Empress girl who took the throne. It is something to note that she's not actually currently on the throne, which when we left the first game, she was.
Emily Caldwin. Nothing is an accident. Everything is in motion. All of it has led you to this exact second in time.
So right here we can see a couple different things as well. We can see that freeze time is still in effect, as well as frag grenades will be back. So right here we can see Emily's sword. It will be something to note that it is significantly shorter than Corvo's sword. So right here it's a little blurry, but we can see it. There's actually a face on the rear of the robot. That is something to note when you're sneaking up on a robot. So right here we've got an arcane mine / electricity mine. These will be very effective for the robots in the coming game. So here again we have a new power. It seems to be like a Uber mode, ghost-ish mode. We haven't seen this in Corvo or any of the DLCs. It will be something fun that we've never seen before.
Think before you strike. If you kill me, you become the assassin we claimed you were. You become one of us!
The years are long, but it's always good to see a familiar.
So this is Corvo's mask from the first game. It is something to note that the person holding the mask is not Corvo himself, so we're wondering where Corvo is, as well as who is the man holding the mask. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time to The Hub.